Now let's see how to add forms inside HTML. So I'll just delete this code. The form tag is used to create forms in HTML. You can create registration forms, login forms, contact forms, and so on. So let's go ahead and type form. And here we can see we have an attribute called action. So this is where our form will be redirected to. So if we add some file like process.php, then when we submit this form, this page will be redirected to process.php. But for now, let's just leave it blank. So inside our form, we will create some form elements. We will design a simple registration form. Now let's go ahead and add a field for username. So we'll type input, which is the tag used to create input fields. So we'll just press tab, and we have this attribute called type. So there are various types of inputs. So for this input, we'll keep it as text, and we'll also add a placeholder, and we'll set the placeholder to username. And if I save this, we can see we have this input field, and we also have this placeholder username, and we can type anything we want over here. Now let's create another input field for email. So we'll type input, and for the type we will set it as email, and we will set the placeholder to email. Now if we just zoom out our page, we can see that our text fields are side by side. This means that the input tag is not block level, it is inline. So here we will add a line break. Let me just zoom this again. Now we will add one more line break, and we'll create a field for password input, and the type will be password, and the placeholder will be password, and then a line break and one more input for password, and we'll set the placeholder as confirm password. Now we also need to have a submit button. So we'll type input, and the type will be submit, and we'll set a value of register. We'll also add a line break over here. We can see we have these input fields, and we also have this register button. So for the username, we can type anything we want, and for the email, if we type anything other than a valid email, and if we click on register, we can see that it says that the email is invalid. And for the password, we can see that we have these dots over here instead of displaying the actual text. So that's basically how you create a basic form. Now we do have a lot of input types, like input type of file. Here we can choose a file from our system, and then we also have input type of color. So here we can choose the colors, and then we also have input type of date.